in cosplay or costume designing, a lot of people make a costume and they feel an emotional attachment to it. And because they love the character or whatever, and then they kind of keep it and they rework it and make it better, keep wearing it. For me, I like the art of creating something new. So I find a fascination with a design or a character if I'm lucky, and I make the whole thing to kind of get it out of my system. Everyone does it for a different reason. For me, it's showing who I really am that I feel like I couldn't express with my words or my actions otherwise. The way that I find that people see me as a valuable person is if they know what I can make. And I feel like I've earned my spot in the conversation when they can see that. Whereas people would welcome me otherwise. It's not their fault. It's a personal thing. Every time that I've met a famous person in costume, they are excited. So this guy is the Broadway actor for Beetlejuice, and he was super excited. And, you know, I went up and got an autograph afterwards. This is Neil Newbon from Baldur's Gate, which is a video game, and I dressed as a character from the game. You have a little bit more of a fun interaction rather than just standing beside them. And cosplayers, I would say all of them are pretty crafty with any material that we can come up with and we're still doing this. We're still discovering new materials and finding new ways to work with things that have been around a long time. Wigs, instead of hair fiber, they're using foams, and paper wigs have become really impressive, and paper's been around forever. We have never done paper wigs before, and now suddenly there's this huge thing and they look really cool. So whenever I started, if somebody were to ask me, what is your thing that you want to do? I said, I would love for a game company, because I've always loved video games. I would love for a game company to reach out to me, pay me to make a costume, pay me to wear that costume to a convention to represent their game. That would be cool. And when that finally happened, I remember thinking, well, that's it. Everything after this is gravy. And it is. Now I'm just riding the high of making new things and people being interested in it. And I only choose costumes that I know will be challenging for me for the most part. But it's because I like making. There's costume play that makes up cosplay. And I tend to not focus on the play part as much. I don't like role playing, but I love costume design. So the play part is just whatever thing afterwards. I get to hang out with my friends. It's kind of cool. So I love this game company, and they've hired me 3 years in a row now. Warframe, which is one of the largest, if not the largest, free-to-play online game. It's run by Digital Extremes. They reached out to me and they brought me some ideas, and I gave them my ideas in return that I thought were better, and they took mine and kind of revolutionized the character that I chose. And we have now pride wings in the game. So these big glowing wings that I got to make a backdrop for in real life, they have them in the game with pride colors in it. I feel very honored and privileged to have been a part of it. The characters that are more challenging for me are ones where my face is fully uncovered. A lot of my characters have full masks because I'm not good at the play part of cosplay. So if my face is uncovered, I have to figure out what to do with my face. And I'm really uncomfortable in front of people. So I did a Sailor Moon character recently that was pink and kind of bubbly looking. I don't embody that character. My favorite character that I've ever worn is Mizu from Blue Eye Samurai, which is a Netflix show. And it's because it's a stoic face. I have RBF. We can spell that out later. I look cranky all the time. And she's a very stoic character. And so I feel like I relate to that. I have a black belt. And so obviously Blue Eye Samurai, very martial arts. I look exactly like her as it is, other than I have no Asian in me at all. The costume looks really good. It looks very accurate and it's comfortable. And people recognize it, and I feel happy. I feel like I relate to that character, and I love the costume. Cosplayers are master of all the art. So you want to make a character, and that involves wigs and involves the makeup. So you become a makeup artist, a wig artist. You become a sewist. You become a foam smith, which is working with foam and armor. And then if you keep going with that, you might become a 3D modeler and a 3D printer. You might become a textile fabricator in different ways. We just keep picking up more skills so we can keep getting better at our craft. And so we end up having to get really good at far more than just one thing. And that's what I did for a long time. At this point, because I'm getting paid by companies to do this, have the ability to hire other people to do things for me. I think it just speaks to me because people who maybe haven't been able to live their fullest life the same way that maybe I felt restricted until I found my way in the world and found how cosplay allowed me to be more myself. And so I like seeing that in video games and places where they haven't been able to see that reflected there's a place for everybody. And until now, there hasn't always been. And I think we're going to keep getting better at it. Say I get an email in my inbox and they say, hey, we have this video game. We are very interested in you to portray this character at this event. Could you give us some of your rates? Usually they'll give you models for the game character, which then you can send to a 3D modeler, because I have someone who works on my team and that's all he does is 3D modeling. So he'll break apart that character model and then fit those pieces to a scan of my body. So that now fits me. And that is a whole skill set. That is a job. So if they can give me those models, then I know that I have to pay him X amount of dollars. She'll tell me, I think it's going to take this much time. It'll be this much money. For me, I have to take a guess at the textile work and how long I think that will take a look at fabrics, maybe take a guess on engineering. For them, they needed to know travel. Like, how much was it going to cost for me to go to this event? The hotel costs, the flight costs, the food, the per diems, I have a daily rate that's just for me to appear somewhere. So all of those things have to go in, and I put them together on a spreadsheet, and I give them a breakdown of different levels of this costume and what I can achieve at those levels. So there's a whole process in how you break apart a costume, what materials you think you might need to make that costume, and how much we think it's going to cost that we usually underestimate. Now, I don't charge less than $10,000 for a costume at this point, and that's because I have a team behind me. So where I'm at right now is that I'm trying to figure out the balance. I'm working as a manager at the public library because I love giving back to the community and I love Westminster. I also have this job on the side that now I'm managing a team, and we are at the limit of what I can manage and still do both of these things simultaneously and have a family. My dad messaged me last week and said, maybe you need to slow down a little bit. I'm like, I don't want to. I love I love the opportunities that I'm getting. I love seeing people. I love making a difference. When I think about the day that I die, the thing that I'm saddest about is that I won't be able to create anymore. I won't be able to create happiness. I won't be able to create this community. I won't be able to create a world where my kids are more accepted for who they are. Like, I'd be sad to not be able to create and impact and influence other people.